Welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. Tonight we'll be playing through some more Triangle Strategy. Let me try to remember what we did last time. And also make sure that the audio is good. Testing, yep, it's good. And as soon as some music happens, then I'll be able to know whether you can hear the game audio. Yep, you're able to hear that, so that's all good. Alright, where we last left off, we had decided to help the Rosellans, and we stopped the bandits from coming in and stealing or like hurting the people. And afterwards we actually discovered that Trish was just trying to steal the money in order to provide for her father, Travis. And we decided that we would spare their lives in exchange for them helping out House Wolffort. And so now they're actually on the team instead of against the team, which is good. Because since the very first time that we met them, we really wanted them on our team. And we found out that Frederica had the secret key to opening up Aurelia's diary, which told of the secret history of the Rosellans and the fact that salt actually lives underground in all of Norzelia, not just from the source. And so now we are about to reconnect with the rest of our party in order to figure out what to do with that information. Looks like we're trying to drop some frames, but for the most part it seems like we're doing okay there. Anyway, hello there to Puppy Kong and to Alex and to Sekyo.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital. But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
Oops, actually, chapter 15, part 3, okay. I'm ready for some cheese. We don't cheese anymore. We're beyond that stage.
What is so important you wish to speak to me alone?
For the past 2 battles, actually, we just won outright. No cheese involved. Is the stream doing okay? What's going on here? We're losing frames. Or maybe I'll get rid of Robo Stormy. That might help us out a little bit. Give my computer more resources to just do the stream. Does it look terrible for everyone else, or is it just me? I'm not sure if this is my own view of the stream that's bad, or whether it's skipping for everyone else. Alright, it's looking like it's fine now. So I'll move on now.
Lord Serenoa, promise me you will remain calm. I come bearing grave news. Your Lord Father has passed.
Wow.
What?
I kind of figured.
But how? I thought he was recovering.
It was not the illness that took him, my lord.
He was assassinated? What?
Assassinated?
Forgive me. I was unable to stop the villain.
So at the very beginning, when the narrator was like, "Oh, but the things that they discovered will change destiny forever," I was like, "Oh no, Benedict is going to tell me that Simon was assassinated." So it probably means that this is a lose-lose-lose situation. Like if we don't go to the Rosellan village, then they'll probably be overtaken by the bandits, and if we don't go to Castle Wolffort, then Simon probably gets assassinated. But then what will happen if we, like, now I need to know what happens due to us not going to the castle, like the Glenbrook castle. Something terrible is probably going to happen with Roland as well.
Who would send someone to kill my father? And why?
It was Patriot of the Royalists.
Patriot?
He believes House Wolffort a hindrance to King Roland's rule. No doubt, he meant to kill both you and your father in one fell swoop.
Oh yeah, Patriot was the one that gave us the message that he had recovered, and told us to not meddle too much in the affairs of the king.
A hindrance? Pray tell me Roland was not involved in this plot.
I can assure you His Majesty knew nothing of this. But disclosing the truth would put us in a precarious position. At worst, it could lead to civil war. It is best you hide the fact of Lord Simon's assassination.
You want me to say he succumbed to his illness? How can I pay respect to my father with such lies on my lips?
My lord, your father entrusted me with one final order.
What did he say?
He asked me to tell you the truth.
The truth about what?
I ask you to listen calmly, my lord. You are not Lord Simon's son by blood. Your true father is King Regna.
What?
His Majesty sired a child out of wedlock with the Lady Destra. That child is you.
What?
Lady Destra lived in the Crown City, but she was not a woman of means. Someone of her position could never hope to marry a king. Or indeed keep her head once the Royalists discovered what had happened. Lord Simon knew this, and so he welcomed her and the baby in her belly to House Wolffort.
What?
He and I were the only two who knew her secret. We had intended to carry it with us to our graves. But in his last moment, Lord Simon bade me give this to you.
Wait, that means that I'm actually the true heir to the
royal signet of Glenbrook.
Hold up, it all makes more sense now, because we were told that the Scales of Conviction were actually given to House Wolffort as a gift from King Regna, and the signet of the royal family is the Scales of Conviction, and we've known that this whole time. But now it makes more sense because he was giving it to his actual firstborn son. We actually could be the king of Glenbrook here.
King Regna entrusted it, and you, to Lord Simon, as proof of your place in the royal line.
Is this truly who I am?
Also, I think it's pretty cool that Serenoa and Roland are like brothers, when up until now they've been best friends, and they've talked about how they're best friends all along. But this does raise an interesting question, though, because before King Regna died, his final orders to Roland were to take over the mine and to oversee the mine's operations, and to not trust House Wolffort too much because they were still just a high house. But King Regna knew already that Serenoa was actually his son. Did he know that actually Serenoa is his son? He might not have known actually, because Benedict didn't say that. Benedict didn't say that. What's it called? That King Regna knew. He just knew that Destra and Regna had an affair outside of wedlock, and that Simone welcomed Destra with the baby in her belly to Castle Wolffort.
I know it may be difficult to accept.
No, I believe it. I have never known you to speak false to me. Thank you for telling me what my father wished me to know.
You would still call him father?
Yeah, he
raised me as his own.
Yeah.
And besides, I must keep up the pretense in front of the others. Especially in front of Roland. This stays between us, Benedict. We must keep the truth of my parentage and this ring safe.
Of course, my lord. As you command.
Benedict has rejoined your party. That's really cool because when Benedict and Roland left my party, we immediately gained 2 new characters. So I was a little concerned for a while that they were actually being replaced. Like, Benedict and Roland were no longer going to be in the party, and now Trish and the new Hawk Knight were going to be the new permanent party members. Because we actually went for a really long time of not getting any new characters. But now we actually have gotten more characters than I originally started with. So that's good to know that I can actually have multiple characters now. The story is getting spicy. What's crazy is that we're 60 hours into this story, and it's like still got twists and turns going for it.
Is there something on your mind, Roland?
Now what's Roland going to say? Is Cordelia dead? Don't tell me Cordelia's dead.
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship. And on top of that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand, but...
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
Even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed. No matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out.
I missed some of that. Let me reread that.
This kingdom has always been broken. Aesfrost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together. I do not have the strength to reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs, king though I may be.
Roland.
Apologies, my friend. I should not burden you with my woes.
I mean, what was it, a king? Makes sense. Like, it's very appropriate for you to feel this way. Hey there, demon.
You burden me with nothing. But if you are struggling...
All is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
Roland has rejoined the party. That's so awful. I can't believe that Patriot betrayed us like that. Well, actually, I totally can, because from the very beginning, he's
That
been
is
super
the
sketchy.
extent of what happened during our various endeavors. The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
Oh no, that's right, he had to lie to them. How awful. Even Frederica, my betrothed, can't know the truth.
It is most devastating. Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolffort well.
So many lies, so sad.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the Royalists who misappropriated supplies?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
Ooh.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Wait a minute, what if we were the Royalists? We got like 7 of us here. We could all be the Royalists. Gila, Frederica, Hewitt, Eridor, Anna, Benedict.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea? That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzante fabricated the Roselle's sins? That the pillar of salt Hyzante stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess? If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
It does sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
The crystal from the Rosellan village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzelian mines. But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
Those frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
I personally can't believe that all this time, no one has checked the Norzelian mines. Like, that's literally the catalyst of all the things that happened. As soon as Dragan was killed there, we never went back. And it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it kind of makes some sense because we've been literally at war and barely skirting by all this time. But, you know, that would have been one of my first questions. Like, hey, do we think that maybe the Norzelian mines has something to do with the fact that Dragan was assassinated by his own people? And the fact that the duchy marched on Glenbrook.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
I think that's the end of the chapter, right? Nope, it's not. Meanwhile, inside the mines.
Extraction is nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told. Seems such a waste to just leave the rest.
Don't think Archduke Gustadolf gives two shites. Hurry it up. We need to be done here before Glenbrook catches on to us.
Sir.
Yep. That is the end of the chapter. So we're not going to even find anything when we go to the mines. Well, that was a crazy chapter. There was no combat whatsoever, but it literally changed everything. We didn't even have the option to select anything on the map. Like, we just started the chapter and immediately went into the story content for the cutscene. Now, the question is, will I have enough time for another chapter? Maybe, probably. It's hard to say. I will end this stream right now, though, and then I'll come back for another chapter if I think I'll have time. Otherwise, we'll have to, come back to this tomorrow? Friday? Man, this game is, like, so juicy. Like, I don't want to, like, put it down. And I also, like, want to only stream this. But there's so many other games that I also want to play. But also, there's Triangle Strategy. Alright, we're going to end the stream for now, though. And then, if I come back, then I come back. Thanks for watching, as always. Take care, and goodbye.